la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the like button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it's all right now because it's anything you can do. Oh, baby, that's all right. Oh, baby, that's all right.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His charting skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we ask him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the emergency broadcast stream for the dying crypto market. Glad you can make it. It's been a rough day, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see behind me, we've got a sea of red. Been working all day very bigly, trying to save this market, save these positions, giving them CPR, giving them life support, sticking them with needles, kicking them just upside the rumpus, whatever I need to do to get these bags to grow, to go green. We need some gangrene, not some bloody red. That's what we need here. It's a crazy day, y'all. How's it going? Clearly, it's red, not only for the day, but also for the week. And gosh darn it, a lot of the month, altcoins are giving back more than enough, wouldn't you think? It's a shame what's going on in crypto over here, but there is an article that kind of explains a little bit of what's going on. And we can look at our favorite exchanges doing what exchanges do. Oh man, where'd the article go? No. Is that a Crypto.com card? Oh, it's a Coinbase card. Sweet. I got one of them somewhere. I also got crypto. These are great, by the way. I'm trying to find an article, but these are great. If you don't have one of these, like a Coinbase card or something like that, to off ramp your crypto, man, you're missing out on all the fun. Crypto.com has one. That's one I got. I've got one of these. I haven't used it. You can even use PayPal because you can send crypto or, a few forms of crypto over there. That's a way to exit. Just throwing that out there for you guys that haven't thought about it. And also, PayPal would. Oh, I didn't think about this. I mentioned this in Tokenmetrics. PayPal is a way to on-ramp too. You can buy your stablecoin through PayPal, send it to whatever exchange you want. I didn't think about mentioning that. I was replying to someone asking a similar question about onboarding. PayPal would be a really good way to do it. Actually, I believe. All right, so I'm not finding the article, but the deal is, yeah, you should be up here somewhere, right? All right, so the article's gone. There's a reports on-chain analyst. Here we are. Is this it? No, I found it. But it seems like Binance and I think one other exchange have sent a lot of coinage to market makers because they help them so that they don't have to pay out the longs when price starts going up. Isn't that just beautiful? Exchanges do stuff like that. There is an article talking about that, how they detected all that. So that's not happening. So we did have Will Games here on the weekend, and I thought I could have sworn I put it over here. Apparently not. Let's see if we can find this article. It's worth looking for. We want to go with the news here. It's probably still up there. So there's some ideas, there's some articles that have been over here, and I believe you're still here. Bitcoin might be worthless in 10 years. Oh, right. A lot of new news going on here. Where are you? I could have sworn I posted it. Maybe I posted it in the wrong place over there. All right, so do you... Maybe I'll do a search on the news. So we got a trade war and crypto stocks are crashing. That's the fear for tomorrow. A lot of people are trying to getting afraid that and the exchanges were taking care of that. Is this? No, that's own. All right. Well, I can't prove what I'm saying, so we're just not going to say it. But check out the news. But there are some articles out there about some of these exchanges sending lots of funds over. And it's on chain, so they have data of it. Here I am. Okay, so we're watching Bitcoin. We're on a 50-minute time frame, and it's dumped from a beautiful high over here, or top over here at 106, and then this, and she's just been in a straight downward channel right here. Now it is cool to know that these channels they're actually bullish. I mean, they don't feel like it when you're in them, but they break to the upside usually and eventually. So how can you tell when she's going to break out, Road Dog? How can you get a clue? Well, I don't know when she'll break out, but the fibs can help us. If we take a Fibonacci from, we took a Fibonacci from this low to that high, and we came to our first area of resistance, this 382. This 113 Fibonacci right here. The other one on the radar that we could still hit, we could be going up and rolling over and coming back down, 95,482 still on the table. But just to show you the response that you get from the fibs. Now, the fib did not nail it. We wicked below it, but check this out. Yeah, they don't always have to nail it, but when you're on this 1 minute, this is a nice bottom sign, but you can't depend on it too much. It's done it several other times before. Looked like a nice one here too, and then we rolled over. So hey, you got that. But usually these pin bar candles, these tweezer bottoms are kind of nice. But look what happened off of the 382. When we respected the 382, bounced from it. Boom! Nice shoot up. Got us back up to 98,000. We went down to 96. So we had a nice little come up right there from the Fibonacci. Now we're over here. Could this be a top pattern? It could. You could read it that way. Price rises into it. If you want to read this as a head and shoulders, this shoulder is higher than this one, so that makes me look at it sideways. Doesn't mean that it won't play out though. And it looks like we might be playing out here on the 1 minute chart as we speak. Oh my gosh. So you got that idea there that we might be coming down to retest the 113 or go lower. I don't know. Ichimoku cloud swallowing itself. We're on the tiny 1 minute time frame. So what we really need to do is just zoom the freak out. Zooming out does not make me feel too much better. A little bit better, but not greatly better. On the 1 hour, here's what I like. I mean, we lost the 800 and we can do that. The 600's above it, 360's up here. When in situations like this, we can see ourselves come back up here. So I can see us getting back above 100,000. We're at right now 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. This happened right when CME opened, when we hit the fib. And so we got the CME exchanges. They should be open right here. Here they are. They are now open. If you put them on the daily, let's see if we got any gaps over here. Oh, look, we got a gap. You know what? They love to fill them gaps. So we can expect us to go back up to 102,000. Now, some other things, a little bit of hopium. The doctor was in trying to, gosh darn it. These bags are bleeding, man. Had to get the hemostats out, clamp them down, sew them up. It's been bloody murder for these altcoins. They got hit hard, man, hard. That's making me having to second guess my theories on altcoins for this cycle. It puts those thoughts in my head. All right, so we opened a red candle below the 50. That's not great. I don't like that. We're on the daily though, but we haven't got a bearish crossing of any of the moving averages, so that's hopeful. We have the gap that will probably run us up to in the next couple of days. Will we stick above 100,000? I hope so, because if we go into this dang green cloud, we're looking down. Beneath the cloud would be around 87,000. The 100 daily moving average, which would be a steep retracement and would not make a dang bit of sense right now at this point in the market, is here at 84. There are a few other little notable gaps that we should look at on this particular chart. One such being right here, and I think many people have talked about this, and that is part of the majority of the calls for 77,000 is the gap that we have here on this chart. That's where the majority of those calls are coming from. There's another one, again, analyst, that had a call for this that should have played out in the last last week of January, but it didn't. Instead, we got bumped up. Now, I'm a Gann fan. I like William D. Gann and his techniques, and it's beyond my skill set. But the other guy is very familiar with it. It didn't play out. But, you know, days like this put those thoughts in my head like, well, maybe it's just a few days late. And I'm like, no, it would suck. It would suck. It would suck for all of us, especially altcoins, for Bitcoin to go down here. That would be horrible. The only safeguard that I could say that would protect us about it would be the good old standard trend line saying if we get below 94.6, But you could have some fake out wiggle room though. You really could. Your ultimate level to lose from where we are now, this particular candle, would be about 90,000. Now we are in the middle of this green, or we're inside the green cloud, and that's not good to be in there. Our only hope is that these higher moving averages can draw us back up here, and that this gap will make those little greedy bastards say, oh no, we got to get them orders filled. And they may be shorts. They may have to run it up here for shorts. Because you see, we got a trend line here going from, we can tighten it up here on wicks on the daily. Oh, that's nice, actually. Wick to candle body there. So there is this scenario that we should probably keep in mind, and I probably need to write it down because I'll forget, and when it comes time to execute, I'll be and forget about it, because I do that. I can't tell you how many times that we see things and we'll call things on this stream on these big charts, bigger charts or bigger ideas, and then when it comes down, I forget. I don't execute them as well as I would hope to sometimes. That's the nature of the beast, I guess. Only unless make someone set alerts with a note or something. I'm gonna start making notes on my charts. I found that to be a little helpful. So 102 coming back up here, and we could roll over. This is a rising channel, and they are bearish. They're supposed to break to the downside, and man, don't that suck? Because if we were to honor that and look for a measured move for this guy, it would imply that we could drop all the way down here to $85,000. I'm sorry, the little turkey gizzards in me are just getting excited there. Anxiety issue, PTSD, something like that. Anyway, Bitcoin dropping and muskets pointed at me. Those are two things that a turkey does not like. That this turkey does not like. So that is just so wild to see this gap, and they're still, we're up higher than we were. We were at 97.3 on this candle when they opened, and that was their low there. We know we hit 96 something. But they pushed the price up a little bit. But on the 15 minute, it looks like they're still driving it down. So they're not giving a crap about that gap. So possibly what we're doing is coming down, and then maybe they'll gap us up during the week. But then it's starting to look like a bearish retest. That was so wild, so wild. So here we were. This would have been Friday, and it looked like we were coming up above the non-moving average. Looked great, and then they take the weekend off. We come back on Sunday about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then man, it was headed up, and then here we are. And a lot of that can be attributed to the whale games this weekend. Now let's take a look at total 3, because man, that one lost it. Total 3. And that's crazy, because I've got a call here that Altcoins should pick up steam during the first 10 days of February. Mostly starting, and I need a first 10 days of February. I'm looking more between I was looking between the 4th and 5th through around the around the 10th and 11th, to about the 12th. So I can clarify that, but I don't know if that's even going to happen here. I don't even know if that is. This little section right through here, is it the 15th to Valentine's? How weird is that? Excuse me. Didn't mean to cough on you, and that just kind of came out. So I was looking for this little window to be a real nice upshoot for altcoins, and it's now the charts are saying, screw you, Road Dog. Go get a real job, man. So I'm going to let's take these lines off because they're just confusing me right now. But total 3 has taken a dip for the worse here, and we got to take a look at it and see if we can figure out what her next move might be. Let's respect the candle body, and let's take this wick, this one that we cut through, and let's take it. Ooh, you still naughty. That looks rough. Look at you on the 4-day here. Let me turn my regular candles on, and here we go. What, do we have anything here? bodies to that wick. And we're still flirting with it, but we got a little wiki action there. Let's take this angle and see if that will hold. I might try something else with that angle. So there's an idea that we might just be coming down here to this area about 865 billion. Oh my gosh, they're decimated. Ichimoku cloud looks pitiful. This is what you do not want your cloud to look like. This is the signs that you see when things are going to go south. It gets thin, starts pointing down and red, and that is what we do not want ever out of the cloud. We don't like that. It's far away in there. This is a strong sell-off. Not seeing as much volume as we did over here, though. That's crazy. So here on the 4 hour, we're down here talking to which line is we're talking to Lucy, because that's what happens when we get a drop. Lucy is usually involved. Like good old devil girl, just sitting right there. Lucy, and then we could come down to the 800. That's in at 841 billion. But right now, man, alts. Ooh, dang. That is rough. That is rough. All right, so let's do a fib reading here on our altcoins. Now this I actually like. That is our 382 Fibonacci. If we can hold this area for altcoins total 3, we can still get that big ass move. I don't know if it's going to come in this little window. The charts were telling me that on the bigger time frames that we had we had a chance to do it during this time frame. Hopefully that will still stand. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly for total 3. That might give us the insights we need. So let's go through quick candles. This candle is not over. It will be over in a few hours. And we will open up a candle. I mean, we still got a few hours for a miracle to happen, but I kind of doubt it. Looks like it might be wanting to push down here toward the 21 moving average. Your moving averages still look good. They still look good. They're all in the great sequential order that they need to be. We're going to put this 0.5 on here as a secondary backup. I don't think that we will come down to the 618 at this point in the game. If we do, I mean, we can still bounce from there, but then, man, that would suck. That's a deep ass retracement. The 0.5 is really just right above this area right here. Now, if we were looking at, I know you're going to count that as a, Elliot would probably count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then an ABC correction. Would you do that? Is that how you're looking at it, Elliot? Tell me how you're looking at it. Yeah, you are, because he likes to do it that way. The rules for that works. They know the 1 wave and the 4 wave can't touch, but I was also looking for a situation where this could be the 1 wave, 2 wave, working on the 3, just as long as our bottoms doesn't touch this, overlap with this. This could be a much bigger wave formation. But we may be going through that ABC correction. That sucks. When you got this to April, you think we're going down until April? That makes no sense with this 4-year cycle. Unless our economy is really going to hell, and that's what everybody's afraid about, with the tariffs and how it's going to affect us. Because there will be an effect. People got some different opinions on the tariffs. People got a lot of fear for the tariffs, and I'm sure there will be a culture shock getting used to it. But in the end, I really think that's going to be very beneficial for the U.S. It just incentivizes things to come back here. It incentivizes the U.S. to get off their lazy asses and start doing stuff here. Instead of buying everything from everywhere else, to actually start, hey man, let's start getting our businesses going and let's start manufacturing, let's start doing some stuff. Hey, how about we create our own drugs here in this country, to our high FDA standards, or however they need to fix all of that. But why don't we do more of that here? We got lazy. And I hear the argument, but the immigrants, we need the immigrants to pick our, my wife said this to me this morning. We need them to pick, I'm like, surely you're not, no. Besides, we're going to have robots do all that stuff anyway. But that's just, let's have illegal immigrants so that they can do the work that we don't want to do. And that's a sign that you're too damn lazy. Our country is too damn lazy when we have that kind of an attitude, in my personal opinion. All right, we're not trying to talk politics. I'm not, but we just kind of got over there. It's not politics. It's just our culture. It's just we're deranged. All right, so total 3 looks rough as F. Elliot thinks we're going through an ABC correction and can see a lot more down for total 3. And oh gosh, that sucks ass. I'm hoping, and still hoping, because the 382 area has been holding, that we can get a bounce off of that. And I'm hoping that maybe that bounce will come over the next day or two. So my thesis is still kind of there, but dang, it's just looking scary. Them altcoins be bleeding, y'all. Watching your portfolio take a big hit. Let me come over to the chat and see what we got going on here, people. All these beautiful people hanging out with me. Have I got the right chat? Sometimes I forget to close it from the last stream. There we go. Let's pop you out here. Okay, my computer's doing some freaky stuff. Hopefully bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We're having some technical difficulties here. On a day where everything goes wrong on Sunday, bloody Sunday. We got Duality Crypto. Let me get it on the live chat so I don't miss anything here. Duality Crypto, Rogue Glide, Brackets of Interest, Board PC Guy, Bug Pick, Bug Prawn, makes me feel better. I've lost faith in all altcoins except XRP and Link, to be honest. I feel that sentiment, and I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people are looking at their altcoins and thinking that. I looked at my bag and I'm like, I'm so done with altcoins right now. I'm just so done with you. I'm tired of trying. My patience is just getting, and that is, we're so close. When we feel that way, we are so close. When we want to, I'm ready to. I'm screw it. I'm just selling it all now. That's how we feel. That's not what we need to do, though. Not what we need to do. Not what you need to do. But that's I understand that feeling because I'm looking at my. Man. I watch my portfolio. I should probably post it over there. I'll probably do that in the Telegram group. I'll show how bad my portfolio has come down and show you the roller coaster ride that my spot margin is doing. And I'm still trying to tweak how I'm playing my spot margin as far as profit taking. But you know, our cycles are like this. We get her up and we go down with our swings, you know, where Bitcoin is low and it gets up to 106 and comes down to whatever, 103, 105. And you know, these are our cycles and stuff. And I've been taking a little along the way and skimming along the way, taking profits. And I'm going to do that a little bit different now. I think I am just going to kind of focus on taking maybe, because the idea in the back of my head is, well, I don't want to sell too much of my bag because I've had to build it up, but I'm like, I'm going to at least do 25% in one go instead of maybe still layer a little bit, but I want to take more of a bigger chunk when we start getting up there. That way I can make bigger buys down here and not have to because what I'm seeing with my small margins, by the time we get down here, I mean, I have dry powder, but it just never seems like it's enough to let me do what I need to do down here, what I prefer to do, or feel safe enough doing. So that's the situation that I'm finding myself having to kind of struggle with my spot margin position. I do better. I'm doing better. That lesson in when was it, March? That first drop, that made me realize a lot of realize a lot of things there. But perfecting your trading game, that is one of the most challenging things about it. And it's a lifelong thing, is what I'm finding. You're always trying to find, trying to tweak things, and that's just part of the journey. And I like that. I just wish I was a little bit more savvy in some of those things. I just got to get out there and do it. Got to do it. Make a plan. Test that plan out is basically what I do, and see how it works. And so the other things have been working okay, but I need something that works better. I need something that works better. So here we are dropping again with total 3, and that sucky sucks. Let's go back to the chat because I get distracted there. Road Glide, Brackets Adventures, Board Speed, PC Guy, Bug Pick, Dave P, Dominique, how's it going, my man? Glad to have you here. Julian, what's up? Board PC Guy says, was thinking about getting a second wallet for the old man, to be honest. Hey. Were you thinking about a Tangem? Tangems are good. You can get a save 10% off with the dog or whichever wallet you like. I have a link also for SecUX. It's another wallet. They got some cool things. I think you get like 10% off of that too. You can check out and see if they got anything. They've got something very similar to this, but it's also got a thumb reader on it. So it's like a Tangem card with an added thumbprint reader on it. They got some wild wallets out there. I want one that has a screen on it where I can just. That's just me dreaming though. Probably would hardly ever use it. Bullets on Parade. Weird. I was just thinking of y'all. Hope we bounce soon. I do too, because I'm tired of dropping. Who here is tired of dropping? Give me some 111s in the chat if you're tired of seeing your altcoins drop. I mean, how bad are we hitting? Let's take a poll here, man. Can we do two? We can only do one at a time. Are your alt bags? How far are your altcoins? Yeah, let's do this. How far are your alt bags down? Like your whole portfolio, your alt portfolio. Let's just get a general sense about it, you know, how everybody's doing. How far is your portfolio down? Let's say within for the last 30 days. That might be an easy thing. I can look on my screen and see how far I'm down when I'm looking. And I'll post mine on there too. So let's try this. Let's go. How many can we do? Well, everybody should be at least down 20%. Okay, let's go 10 to 20%. Ah, hell. $20 to 30%. How about that? We'll get it. I promise. 10 to 20%. 21 to 30%. 31 to 40%. 50% or more. Let's try that. That's a pretty good range. So we'll throw a poll out there, and can I not see the poll? Let's see how are we acting. Lots of ones there. One was, yeah. Who says I don't even want to check. Above 50, honestly, I'm holding 5x leverage tokens. Oh, was that the leverage tokens, like the what those 3x coins, 5x coins, or whatever, like they have on the exchanges, the ones that rebalance and stuff? I've never liked those. If that's what you're talking about, I've tried. The trading group I used to be into, that guy used to. He never shorted the market. I mean, I guess he didn't know. When we went into the trading group, it was all spot. There was nothing there about leverage until they got another leverage group and wanted to charge money or something for it. But he would do that. He would play those leverage tokens, but they would rebase. And I tried it, but there's something when they rebase every day. So they're meant for short term and not to be held, because I found if you hold them, if we're talking about the same thing, they always seem to lose. Which is always better to have the coin or maybe go perpetual futures or something. But for spot margin, I like that. That's the best that I've found that I feel very comfortable with. And you can play a lot of varieties over there, swing trading or whatever. Roguelite, anyone? How do you like the Tangem wallet? Are you talking? Is any of that? I like my Tangem wallet. Now, sometimes I have trouble, and it's on my phone, like if I have a VPN on or something, sometimes it has trouble pulling in the balances. But I got 2 different wallets on there, but I flip over to the other one and it loads up a lot quicker. So it's kind of weird. I got one that has a lot of different coins on it and it takes it a while. That's the only thing that I can, have a little bit of a complaint about is that sometimes it doesn't load up as fast. I might have to try it a couple of times to see the balance. The only other thing that I would say, and it has to do with the case that I have on my phone, I have to, well, you read it now. I finally got a case. I just slide it in behind the clip and then it can read it. But I got a case cover. It's got something in front of the NFC thing. So sometimes I have to kind of finesse that a little bit. But I think I got it down now. Blood everywhere. It is. Make altcoins green again. MAGA, yes. Crap, didn't know you were live. Just finished my stream. Oh, did you? Next time I'll look. I didn't even see you were streaming, Joe. I would have been there. Yeah, and we did. We just started. I just. Soon I'll get more than 10 viewers of hardware. It will. It will. And hopefully it will for both of us. It's hard. 3 years of doing this, and hey. But it's been fun. I don't know, and I've learned a lot. I've got to say, doing the YouTube channel and deciding to actually do that and start, the journey has been, and my analysis and trading ability has grown. It's made me have to sharpen up my game, and that's also one reason I wanted to do it, to see if that wouldn't be the effect. And because and that's what I tried to tell my people when it comes to like posting charts in the group or something. One of the reasons why I encourage people over the student chart area and in the chart room area, especially for my admins and people that are really comfortable with their charting skills, I encourage you to post charts over there, because that will help you grow as an analyst. It helps you build confidence in your system and throw it out there, and you can also get some feedback. If there's something that can be, the feedback that we're not a mean place. We don't say, you suck, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. There's nothing like that. If there's something to be commented, we say, hey man, I found that this works for me, and hey, you might want to look at it that way. That kind of idea. But I encourage people to post their charts over there, because you throw yourself out there and it'll make you start dotting your I's and crossing your T's and all those little things. It makes you be more alert to what you're doing, and then that helps you be a better analyst. In my personal opinion, that's what I think. So I encourage you to post charts, and even like I was saying with this YouTube channel, doing that made me have to tighten up my game. I might not have found my fib strategy if I hadn't I got to say, I can't explain why the 127s work so well. I have no explanation. I can't. And here I am trying to teach this, and I have no explanation for it. I had to go dig that up. It took me a long time to find that information. I had to buy a book to find that information. It wasn't from a YouTuber. But I was glad I found it, because I looked. I was Google searching. I was all this stuff, and you find some things, but you don't find anything solid. But when you get somebody that's been in the market for a while, somebody that's got a reputation for being a good analyst or good trader, and they have a book out and they've got a system, and you pick up something that they have, well, hey. My next book to read is How to Trade Commodities by W.D. Gann. I've had that book for a while, but I haven't cracked it open yet. And hopefully I can learn a few Gann techniques. I don't think there's any of his real, woo-woo science stuff in there. It's probably more the traditional stuff. But with the traditional stuff, he's a right on point, man. W.D. Gann, the man Gann. So if we take a channel measured move, it would suggest that we come down way down here. That sucks. Well, that sucks so hard for altcoins. That sucks very bigly. It's a very bigly sucker. That's a huge lollipop to pop in your mouth right there. I don't like it. I don't recommend we do it. I would say avoid it, altcoins, at all costs if you can. I'll get rid of that. Oh no, wrong trend line. I'm going to see if I can identify any possible supports. Let's go to a bigger time frame. Let's get to some candle bodies. I guess we need to refine the angle should still be right on point. Okay, cool. It is. I don't have to change that. I got so many dang trend lines on here, but they're all doing different ideas, right? They're all looking at different things. And this one, I'm trying to identify our downward channel, which is bullish. It's bullish. It has more of a chance to break to the upside than the downside. So let's hope, and that gives us hope that this area here could stick at 855. Should we go down there, or at worst, jeez. Down here, oh man, that corresponds with that one a little bit. Me hopes it does not work out that way. I really don't want to see my altbacks die anymore. This is looking like a triple top if I've ever, oh man. I'm not trying to be bearish, I'm really not, but these little guys have taught me a lesson. These little guys have taught me this is the same pattern we saw in the smaller time frame when altcoins dump. Was it here? Was this March? This is total. Oh, this is the total market cap. This is, we're not, yeah, this is total 3. This was January. Where was March? Oh, back here. Here's one variation of that triple top and how she plays out, but then she leveled out. She didn't know. Did she make the measure move? If I'm doing that right, I think we go from the highest to the bottom. I don't think she met it, and then it comes down here. But eventually she did hit that. Oh man, I didn't see that. Or we might have, but that's so. Look at that. So measured move from there. It took it forever to get down there, but she finally hit it in July 4th, and then August 4th, and then all these times. That's where she kept bouncing off of before we finally went up. So I don't like that idea. I don't like that, and they can kind of look similar to Head and Shoulders, but they don't have you don't have a neckline on them, and they kind of look like a lot of times like you got two big shoulders and a little head. There was also this little guy playing off on one of these on the smaller time frame. That was the first one that I saw. And then we started going down with altcoins, and I was like, I'm going to have to start paying attention to these little bastards because they do some stuff. Was it up here? It was the best I remember, the very top had one of these. And I think it was on a smaller ass time frame. It's probably too small to even go over here and mess with. I'm not even, now you've screwed me up on the dates. I can't get over there. But anyway, so we this is a pretty decent representation of one. Sometimes you'll see it, a lot of times by Bukowski, you know, they kind of look like that, where the shoulders are higher than the head. If you were trying to look at it that way, a lot of people wouldn't. And this is definitely puts us in that category. If that happens, these situations make me nervous because over the past few years, if you've been watching my stream, I've had this speculation in my head. It's like, you know, if Bitcoin dominance is going to take off and this is the cycle for Bitcoin, what's going to happen to altcoins, especially as we're getting more and more coins out and they're being diluted? There's an argument for it to suck for altcoins this cycle. And that really sucks because I'm really counting on altcoins to help me make more Bitcoin, and they have not done it. They've not done it at all. If anything, they've done the opposite. And so that would be horrible to come back to these areas over and it doesn't make sense for this time in the market. It doesn't. So a lot of this could be worry speculation, but we just need to pay attention. Just pay attention, and possibly, but we got other ideas too. Right now, it's more like an ascending triangle kind of thing, and actually we would have to, if that candle body holds where we're at now, we'll probably have to start looking at that idea. They kind of suck. I don't really like them. A lot of time they break down to a channel like that. What we're doing, basically what we're doing now, they're breaking down. Altcoins. Why do you have to suck so much? And I'm here on the 1 hour, and that Ichimoku cloud does not want to let up. It's like, nope. I want to see how far I can take you down. And one of them, you know, and then it kind of sucks when you find out that the exchanges were doing that, sending things to the market makers so that they could flush them out. Because they don't want to pay out the longs. That's what the article was saying. That's crazy. Could have sworn I put that article there. Chat, what you doing? What you doing? Let me, you got some altcoins that you guys are worried about or anything? Let me see if I can get my little request thing to work. It should work. It didn't work last night. But right here, yeah, we can do some coin requests if you guys are interested. You got anything that you're concerned about? Maybe want to see if we can predict a bottom for it, or see if it looks like it's gonna, if it's got any hope or something. I don't know. We can at least take a look at it. Get the second opinion. The doctor is in. I don't know if I can do anything doctory. Brackish was saying, what were you saying? Brackish looked like it was Brackish says, I've lost more money today simply because of my lack of self-control. Reality check for sure, and going willy-nilly, not following my rules. That's always what it comes down to, even for myself. That's when I kick myself, when I don't follow my rules. And a lot of times I look when something bad goes back, I look back to where, you know, I was at an area where I should have followed some rules, and there, you know, I find that, oh man, I'm screwed up my rules here. I was lax with my rules here, and then now I'm paying for it. Such as, for instance, not cutting off a loss in a perpetual future trade. I did that one more time. That bad habit got me again. So, I mean, you're not alone. There are a lot more of us that are making mistakes in this market than people that are doing it perfectly. I doubt that anybody out there is just nailing it perfectly. And if they are, then why aren't you on YouTube showing us your secrets, showing us what works for you, greedy bastard? Altcoins. My gosh. Let's check out our poll. Do we have any responses on the poll yet? Let's see. How far your altcoin portfolio down for the last 30 days? 16% of you say about 10 to 20%. That's good. That's actually good. I guess I should answer that question too. I'm gonna put mine out there. Let me see what go with my spot margin portfolio. My spot portfolio was doing good because XCN held me up. And that one's been saving my ass on taking care of a lot of stuff. That's come in handy on that trade. I just wish I want more of it cheaper. So 15%, 10 to 20%, 20% of you have lost between about 20 to 30%. Are you going to tell me my percentage for the last 30 days? I don't have a percent. What would that be? I've got to do some math here. It's roughly around 30% what I'm seeing that I'm down, roughly. But it would be a lot more if it wasn't for Bitcoin, because my spot portfolio is mostly Bitcoin. So my altcoins are really tanked. That's kind of, so I'm guessing that the altcoins are probably down 50% or more. Are you going to tell me a percent? It doesn't give me a percentage. I thought it did. I get a number though, and the number, and if I'm doing the numbers and putting them together, yeah, it's somewhere at least around 30, maybe 35%. And 14% of you are saying about 31 to 40%, and then 52% of you are saying 50% or more, man. I am sorry to hear that. But I mean, but to let you know, and hopefully it's spot, But and if it is spot, then all you got to do is just hold on. In most cases, just hold on and evaluate, you know, your picks and whether, you know, they're strong or not, or if you just kind of go, I just saw this meme coin and thought it was cute and wanted to do it. You know, I mean, it's whatever you're playing, of course, but down 50%. Man, I haven't even checked my Solana wallet and seen what that one's like. All those the little meme plays that I've got over there and stuff like that. I bet you are down. Not as bad. Not as bad as I thought. Is there a way to see the balance? But they're down. Don't get it wrong. They're down. They're down. So 52%, 50% or more, man. But it's the ebb and flow of the market, man, and they are really trying to flush us out. They went hard this weekend. I figured that they would try to flush us out, but I didn't know that they were going quite this hard. Board PC guy says 15% down on CoINEX. I don't want to look at the rest. I can understand that. I can't believe Filecoin is almost at my end. No, she's down that far? Crap, gosh darn it. Thank you for saying that. I gotta check and make sure we're cool over there. Yeah, they're just going down. They're giving back all their gains, but there are some juicy prices if you got the balls and everything. Okay. I've got my positions in smart margin at a comfortable place, so if they keep going, I'll still get a little edgy, but they're still fairly safe. I just wish they would hold better. But it's just sickening. It's sickening. And I'm looking at my. So yeah, man. Talk about a drop. Talk about a drop. Joe says, I love teaching. Then there are times I will get a question that I don't know. And in order for me to teach it, I would have to research it and understand it. So then teaching has improved. I lost. Hasn't improved my skills. Yeah, I agree, Joe. That's the same. It definitely helps. Definitely makes a difference. KuCoin says, I just started Trade Intuition. You will learn a lot, my friend. Just migrated over as well. Where PC guy says, building a streaming audience is tough. Me in a past life, lol. It is tough. I was doing videos and I was getting lots of subscribers then, but man, those videos, trying to do 1 or 2 of those a day, it's too much. And I can't get, you can only pick what the information you're getting out there. Well, what are they going to click on? And then I started seeing myself getting into that cycle. I'm just trying to pick coins that are getting ready to pop off, so they'll get, I'm like, this is not what I want my channel to be about. I'm not trying to throw out the hottest, latest coin to jump in on, or that's what people want, though. That's what they want, but I just can't. I can't do it. It's like the one I did for Rep or Augur, which Stray was mentioning last night, happens to be up, and it looks like it might be trying to do something, but Tokenmetrics recommended it for a 100x token, and I started looking at the charts. I like the charts. I looked at the project, and I thought it was okay. But after I made my video, I did a deep dive, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't abandoned. They haven't done anything on GitHub. It's a dead project. There's nobody actually." I tried to go use it and couldn't get into it, but I had to use a VPN and got in and saw there's nothing there. There's no liquidity there. So it's a dead mall. It's a dead shopping mall. Is basically what it is. A dead casino. Unless they're doing something now. A little too late. Shouldn't have been doing it in the bear market. Dominic says, check the lounge. Is the article thing that I was looking for? Or maybe there's comment. That yeah, thank you. Okay, that's the article. Yeah, let's go check the lounge. I think Bull Run just put it up there for us. It wasn't the same exact article, I don't think, that I had, but it's a Twitter post. So, breaking: Binance manipulating Solana via market makers. Over 30 million in transfers to liquidate long leverage traders. So Binance flushed Solana to the low range using artificial volatility. Over $30 million in Solana sent to market makers. Winter mute, that was it, on Solana to flush the lower range on low volume weekend and clear long-standing long leverage traders. Coinbase has sent 30 million in stablecoin, also to winter mute. Where I lost my. And on Solana, in my opinion, to buy the Solana dip, because they were finding themselves not having enough Solana to pay out. You can watch these shenanigans yourself. It is public information. Here are Wintermute Solana wallets they use to execute crypto trades against exchanges on behalf of the exchanges. Well, ain't that just cute? I'm going to repost that. And so there you go. The practice is often referred to as flushing or liquidation hunting, involves selling large amounts of an asset to push the price down, thereby liquidating positions held by traders with high leverage. Once the price hits a certain low point, entities like Wintermute might buy back the assets at a lower price before the market recovers, effectively profiting from the volatility they help create. And this is the kind of thing that the SEC is supposed to be kind of making regulations and rules for, so that, you know, this stuff doesn't go on. It'd kind of be hard to do in a global market like crypto, though, so tell me how that works. But at least if America were doing things right and had the respect that it needs, and we're doing things right, you know, they could set the standard and other countries would follow, is usually how it works out. But no, we had Gary Gensler, who just wanted to screw us all. Thank you for screwing us for the past 3 years so that we can now get screwed further by Binance and everybody else trying to flush us out, and BlackRock and everybody else. Thank you so much, Gary, for looking out for the little people who were just trying to improve their lives over the past 3 years. And it's been a rough freaking 3 years. I mean, numbers went up, but it's, you know, it could have went up a lot more. This market could be a lot better than what it is, for real. But no, they drove us more toward meme coins. I'd say Gary has a lot more to do with meme coins. I moved that. I don't want to move it. I think I had a line there. All right, so crypto total market cap. Are you bouncing here? Are you trying to catch something here? Can you make a comeback? We've got a lower low there with some bullish divergence on the 15. Maybe we can get a pop. Can we get a pop out of our altcoins? We need a little pop out of our altcoins. Did we? It looks like it hit a bottom here, or what could be a bottom? Yeah, just like Bitcoin, just like Bitcoin, we bounced off the 113, but it doesn't mean that we can't come down and hit this 127. Okay, we could come up, roll over, come down lower. That's what sucks. But hopefully, you will. Please get in line with my thesis and let the 113 be it, and then start rocking up to heaven. Can we do that? Can we do that, altcoins? Because I would love that. 2 hours says, hey man, I'm cool with that. I just need to get the daily on board and the weekly and everything else. The weekly, remember, was not too horrible. It was showing us that we might go back up, at least on was it here, or was it the Bitcoin weekly? They're both should be really similar here. I can't even see this. You got too much junk on your chart. Yeah, 9 moving average right up here, 21 where we're bouncing, or hopefully finding support on, and maybe we can come back up there. So recover in the altcoins. But look at the Ichimoku cloud, man. Now you remember how we were showing what the red one looked like and what we don't want things to look like? Well, this is exactly what we want our Ichimoku cloud to look like when we're on a bull run right here. We want it thin, spindly, and away from price. We don't want a big thick cloud. We want it looking just like this. This should be saying that my thesis should be relatively on the, it should be right, or maybe not the time, but that idea we should. I'm still looking at that time frame, but I'm sticking with this. I put myself out there for it. I'm sticking with it. But gosh darn it, it just don't feel like it today, does it? They say the dawn is always darkest before the dawn. And here they are trying to kill our beautiful altcoins, man. Here on the hour, we're getting a little green, though, so people are starting to feel a little bit better. Look at the juicy prices we got. Trump coin didn't drop down that much. Imagine that. Dogecoin did, however. I was looking at 28 cents. She went to 26, 25. OM, this is one of my plays that I like. Now, this one has been strong. This one has been strong AF. And I got into her when she was on the cheap. Not that cheap, but before she took off cheap. I think I was somewhere around below $1, I believe. What was the time frame? I've been in you for a while. So yeah, somewhere around $1, right below $1, through $1, right through there is when I was accumulating this, and I didn't go hog wild. I did a moderate sized bag, but that bag has grown like crazy, up 5-6x or something like that now. That one's a nice one to look for. I think it's been holding very, very strong. So that's one I want to continue to keep building and nurturing and trying to work that little sucker. I might be cutting out some of the other ones. I got some crappy altcoins over there too. That probably shouldn't even be on spot margin, but I was like, hey man, why don't we put on spot margin? We can just go back and make it bigger. And it'd be great if altcoins would cooperate, but they just wanted to suck this whole damn year. Or last year. Solana down at 202. WLD WorldCoin down at 137. We've seen that one $2-3 up $5-7 I think at some points, but it hung around 2 or 3 for the longest. Filecoin, my gosh, look at you, $3.54. You know that thing went up to $50 before, right? Aave's at a pretty decent price, $2.50. Hey man, hey Aave. How you doing? What are you doing? How you doing, Ave? Oh, snap. Well, you took me for a hit, didn't you? I had you at a good percentage. What happened with you, Ave? I had you in a nice safe zone. Now you're coming down to mid levels. Gotta watch that. All right, guys, let me come back to the chat here. The sky is falling. It does feel like it. Patron Canham says, Captain, my captain, stare us in the storm. Have a look at DXY. The dollar, well, I tell you what, that dollar is taking more of my Bitcoins to buy more dollars is what it seems like. I'm not crazy about that. But that's exactly what it seems like, the DXY. This is the US dollar. I normally have it on my index, but I want to pull up the big chart here. This is what Trump does not want to happen. He does not want the stronger dollar. He actually wants the dollar to get weaker so that it will help our markets. And right now there's too much fear, and now the dollar is going up, and so that's not a good sign for tomorrow. That is not a good sign for tomorrow for Wall Street and the legacy market. That's not good. So I'm on the weekly chart here. What happened last time? The ZO dollar was up here. Well, that's not going to help me here, is it? This is what? October 22? Now, if she will fall over, that would be cool, but making higher highs. One thing that we got on the dollar that may be beneficial, it may be, I mean, she broke it before and just kept on going, but she could double top here. It's like we're at 618. It looks strong as F to me. It looks really strong. Not a good look for us, I would say. Not good. Not what we want to see for the dollar. When was this? This was September 22nd, or September 2022. September 2022 was right here, right before when we were low. So when the dollar was going up, Bitcoin was coming down. It's usually not good for Bitcoin when the dollar goes up, or for stocks and everything. As people run into the dollar, finding. I mean, we want a strong dollar, but we want it weaker than what it is. It doesn't need to be above 100, really, but it is. It's at 109. That sucks. Here we are, the weekly for Bitcoin, watching her teeter with. Oh man, don't do it. Stop it. I don't like it, MACD, when you do this. This is going to be tricky. I mean, I was counting on this one on being a really good signal to help me nail tops in this cycle, because it can in retrospect when you do your back test and everything, but catching it and playing it, because man, you'd be so tempted to sell right now to try to front run this, because with MACD to really nail it, you kind of got her. She's a lagging indicator, so it's going to be tricky, so you can't rely on this alone. But I'll tell you one thing, when that crosses, I'm selling, or at least I say that. I should sell when that crosses, and this is on Bitcoin. But she looked like she was going to cross a few weeks ago too, and if you front run it, I don't know, it may have worked out good for it. Probably would have worked out good for you today if you'd held on that long, that conviction. But geez, don't want to see that cross at all. And so the 3-day has crossed. and that was Friday, December 20th. And Bitcoin was what, 101,000? Goodness gracious. Let's take a look at Solana and see how much damage they've done to Solana today. Been going an hour and 5 minutes. I guess we can spend the rest of the time doing the altcoins. Let's go with KuCoin chart. I probably got something there. A messy ass chart. So we had this target down here at 196, and ironically it got hit. 786 retracement, deep ass retracements. Possibility to come down to 182, 200 moving average. They may be continuing to do that. I don't know. It's a good place to bounce here. Let's see if we got some trend lines and stuff. We do. We get rid of some of these big ass numbers, and we can always do our fib again. Oh, don't move something. We had a measured move there. What was that at? 212. Well, I can't remember what that was from, but clearly we went past it. We don't need that line anymore. These guys are still on my nerves. All right, so we had a however you want to look at this. You can look at it as a falling or a falling wedge type pattern, or a triangle pattern, or with a bear trap, or you could be looking at it as a channel, broadening channel. Bullish megaphone breaks to the upside 72% of the time, and she did. She's coming back for a retest, and look at that idea as a retest idea. We should be bouncing from these areas. For real, that's what I'd be looking for. They just take us all the way back down for that retest, and obviously it wasn't this one holding on. We can use this trend line now. We were cutting through some stuff, so that's a good reason why it won't hold if you're cutting through stuff. Yeah, but if you respect the candle bodies, we were looking at the bear trap idea is what we were doing, following this idea. But now we'll take into account that candle body. That is a nice bottom right here. That wick right there going up. That's strong. That's a strong bottom. I like that. Could we get another one over here? Well, we haven't got it yet, have we? Chop chop on the Ichimoku cloud. So we got that going on. Let's come down to the 4-hour on you and see if we can get a bottom trend line here. Oh, that was it. Now that sucks. If you look at this as a falling wedge that breaks to the downside, they usually go parabolically down, strong moves down. I would have expected it to go further than it did. Let's hope we don't come back in this pattern, but the moving averages here look strong. 800, 600, 300, 200, 100, they're all in perfect order. Ichimoku cloud looks like that looks horrible. So we can bounce from these areas. Let's hope that we do. It could also dip below them a little bit more, and that would suck. But I'd say now that the article came out, they're probably going to slack off because they probably weren't, wanting that to be publicly known. That's going to hurt them. But we need people reporting on that stuff and watching this stuff on chain and see what this exchange is doing, reporting on them. Sure do miss CZ at Binance. I think it was a tighter ship back then. So since we did this, we got to look at the possibility of rolling over and coming down lower. That could happen. We end up making instead of a wedgie, we would probably respect this guy here. If I can get him. Can I get you? Can I snag you? And then we already did it. We already did it. So, your falling wedges. Remember, a wedge is just a section of a channel. It's just a cross section of a channel. That's all your triangles are. What I've grown to learn, and what I stress on my channel, and you there's a few other channels that kind of stress it a little bit, but I think it's really been an eye opener to me, and I refused this for the longest time. The whole channel idea. I was like, that's boring. I don't know that. Oh, you can tell you anything. But price, as soon as you accept the fact that price travels in the channel, and you can identify how to find that channel with the angles, oh man, because that angle, taking it down here, it nailed the target. It was predictive in that manner if you follow the angles. And this is a little bit on GAN theory with the angles. That's where I really started respecting that angle ideas when I started reading about WD GAN. And he was known for predicting, price and times, price squaring with time, and mathematically that idea ties into the squaring of it. So there's a good chance just by this idea that we bottomed out here about that candle. So hopefully, we just need some other indicators to start coming back. But we could come back up here and we could come back double bottom at this area, and they can mess around with us and have fun with us and try to psych us out. So that's an idea we might look at. So we could come up, get rejected, come back down, double bottom, trying to get some kind of bottom and then just take off is what I hope happens. I'll leave that up here to see if it happens something. Price never follows what I draw anyway, but the idea, and might respect the idea somewhat. 26 people hanging out with me. Nervous about crypto today. Jorge Satoshi, how's it going, Jorge? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. Crappiest bull run ever. A lot of people feeling that way. Altcoins have been horrible. They've just been horrible. They go up, they come right back down, and now we thought at least make a higher low. Now they're giving back all the gains. It just sucks for some of these altcoins. Could this level of institutional adoption possibly screw up the 4-year cycle? So people make that argument, but I don't think so. I think it will affect it. I don't think it will screw it up, because our 4-year cycle is based on the halvening and the shortness of the decrease in supply of Bitcoin being able to produce, and it creates higher demand. So that's never going to change. That was one of the most beautiful things about Bitcoin, was that halvening. But what you're going to see is, like, in the next 4 years, there's going to be less Bitcoin, and there's still going to be more people wanting it, more people holding it, and the Bitcoin's going to keep going up. Now, what we can expect is that the bear markets won't be as bad as they were before, because they're not going to be interested in selling it off as much. So those big 90%, 80% retracements out of Bitcoin will probably drop off. We might be lucky to even get back to where we are right now 4 years from, 2 years from now, when we start coming back down. That's my take on it. I don't think it's going to screw things up. However, there is a growing idea. Of course, we hear this every cycle about a super cycle. When you're going to it's different this time. But I've for a while now, for a couple of years, I've been seeing some other people that I respect, from the way that they get their information, also suggesting 2026 that this market carries on into 2026, like the first half of it. So I'm gonna keep that in my mind on the back burner, but not go crazy. So I might keep, I want to make sure I have a little bit of something left. Not sell it all off at the end of this year, because there might be a little extension on it, so I don't know. I'll look at those ideas, but I want to be mostly out by the end of this year. And it's hard for me to see me get to the numbers that I'm hoping I'll get to when I just keep staying around the same damn place. Oh gosh, it makes you, how in the hell can I get to those numbers? Because it doesn't seem as realistic to get my whole portfolio going even a 10x. It's hard for me to see that right now, and that should happen. I hope it happens, because there's so many stories about people taking the amount of money that I've got now, and doing so much more than what I'm anticipating that I can even foresee. And I don't know. And most of it's done through altcoins that way. And we're not seeing that respect this season yet. But this is still early in the run for altcoins, though. It really is. So it's not too uncharacteristic for you to feel this way about your altcoins, because I remember going through this last time too. Just seems worse this time, or a little bit more desperate this time. But they do look bad before they really start taking off, and then they can make those big numbers. They can make big numbers. But I just wonder how that's going to work out against this cycle being mostly Bitcoin. It's mostly Bitcoin. Julian says Solana Cardano next RP. Cardano took a hit. Link beneath. Board PVC guys, got to put up some photo frames on the honeydew list. Lurk mode on. Hey, enjoy it. Get your mind off the markets. That's fine. Tough 2 months. I agree. No real fight on the way down. We need QE. Turn that money printer on. Oh, I don't know if that's going to help or not. I don't know. The whole world is just thrown up, and we're getting the Trump effect, and we don't really know what to expect right off. I think it's going to be good, but it may be really shaky. It may be shaky. I don't know. Scario says, just come back after the halving. For real, for real. Says, this seems like a market maker move for sure. It does. It does. And anticipated the ban, but I didn't anticipate them to go this hard. I didn't. Gosh darn it. Can the dip be attributed to these market makers as well as the Trump's import tax? Yeah, exactly. That's I believe that's the biggest things playing right there. In crypto, the market makers took advantage of that today. They're like, hey man, everybody's scared. Let's go screw them over and F them real good. So yeah, thank you for that unprotected loving that you gave us there, Binance. I appreciate that. Thank you for that Humpty Dump there. That big, take it, just take it. Thank you for taking advantage of us, Binance. You have not earned any points with me. Just got a set of 3 under your dog coat. Oh, I use the ledgers and I see how I like these. These are great. I appreciate that. Because I don't think anybody's bothered me in a minute. I think I kind of saturated my community. They're great. I love it. It's very safe, very secure. I mean, lose the card, lose your phone, whatever, you're still good. Nobody's going to get your stuff. And they got the option of doing a seed phrase or not doing one. So I'm still torn. I got one wallet with the seed phrase and one without. So Dominic says, speaking of the 4-year cycle, do you think 2029 will mainly be Bitcoin and alts be dead? No, I don't think alts will ever be dead. It's just that there needs to be a purpose for them, and there's not a purpose for them other than gambling and speculative things. But I mean, blockchain is a technology that seriously can change the world when it's used and implemented. They can use blockchain for voting. All this stuff that we got with the vote and tallies and all that stuff. I mean, your chains do their voting seamlessly, and it's all tied to an address. So all this voter ID and all this, fake votings and ballots and all this stuff blockchain would totally solve that. Charles Hoskin even told Trump that a couple, his last term. So I can help you with that problem about the election. I mean, it would make things, it just makes things fair. That's what blockchain does. It makes things fair. It takes out the middleman that can screw you over, and it takes away the any shenanigans that you can do in an exchange, and it just makes a fair exchange a trustless exchange. So yeah, it's going to work. And there's lots of applications they can use them, but instead we decide just, let's do a meme coins and big things, or these projects that say they're going to, AI projects. Well, AI does not run on blockchain. It doesn't run on blockchain. AI does not need, or blockchain does not, I don't want to say they don't need, they can go hand in hand, but what's the reason for the AI coin? What's it going to do? Oh, it's a governance token. Okay. So yeah, a lot of our coins are just governance tokens, meaning that they really serve no purpose other than to vote. And the only people who are going to vote are going to be the big holders that are invested in that chain, and actually, the big convicted people. They get the majority of the vote anyway. So that's something that with altcoins, I think you really need to think about. And now I think we're seeing the effect of it. Oh man, I got all these altcoins, but this is a governance coin. Okay, well, they don't rank as high. Uniswap is a governance coin. Although, I'll say for Uniswap, when they came out, they were going to do fee sharing. Now, if they do that with a governance coin, if you get something like a dividends, now you got a reason to have that. But the SEC was keeping that from going on because they were starting to sue everybody that was trying to do that. The SEC has just killed everything in DeFi, and the possibility, some of the innovative uses for blockchain, the SEC is just crippled. So hopefully we'll start seeing that, and that just means more new projects or old projects, able to redefine their way. But most of the time you'll just see new projects come out because new and shiny. We seem to like the new and shiny. We're going to revolutionize blockchain. How many coins have these revolutionized the blockchain space? That used to be their biggest selling point. This is a layer 1 that's going to revolutionize the crypto, or this is a layer 2, or whatever it is they're all going to revolutionize everything. And then they lose all their value in the bear market. So altcoins are a tool. Don't hate them, don't date them, just trade them. That's what my mentor used to tell me, or used to say to us in the group. Don't hate them. Don't date them, just trade them. Just don't get married to them, and it's easy to do. Like Caspa was a big one. A lot of people got married to Caspa, and it was a fun ride until it wasn't fun anymore. It might get fun again, but it all depends on the hype. If it starts moving, everybody jumps in. That's the thing. If money starts coming in, VCs come into this market, start pumping coins, and everybody else wants to jump and start chasing those green candles. We want to chase green candles. And the smart money buys on the red days. They chase the red candles like right now. This is the smart money days of buying. Fear and greed is kind of up today. I had that pulled up. What is fear and greed? Go to alternative.me. And now, see, last week we were 70. Yesterday it had us at 60. I thought we checked it. It must have updated. I guess it updated between now and the last time we looked. It was like in 70. I thought it was like at 74. It was kind of high for yesterday because we were, already flipping bearish. So then I guess after our stream yesterday, it came in and it did 60. Now we're at 44. So now we're getting toward. The rule of thumb is, some of you might not have heard it, some of you do already know this, but one of the best times to buy crypto is when we're over here in fear. Say we're starting to get into the red area here, especially if we're ever in anywhere around 10 or below 20 on this score. That's when you really wanted to start DCAing hard. A lot of people use this to gauge how, when the dollar cost average, and when we start getting into fear, that's when they'll start turning on their DCA and start cranking up as it goes there. It's a good strategy. It is for your long-term holdbacks. And if you happen to find a setup or something on the TA, you can decide to go in there too. This cloud looks horrible. Cloud looks freaking horrible. Are you respecting this level, Solana? Are you trying to bounce from here? I like that. I like this, a lower and this, and then if you can hold this high or low, I like that idea. Maybe you can start working out. I'm not seeing good signs for it yet, though. But as a fib level, let's see if we can get a bounce here. Solana, here on the 15-minute time frame. You got resistance everywhere. You got resistance everywhere. You got so much resistance, so many levels to step up to. And I'm not seeing the great divergence here that I would like to see. A little. Altcoins just suck right now. Let's take a look at Cardano. 76-cent Cardano. Oh, I got a target. Oh, I got a target. Oh, I got a target at 72. Yay. And that's impressive. I mean, we're at 132. Now imagine getting back up there if you buy there, and then you got 80% gains, and that sounds okay. I'm like, oh man, my $100 turned into almost 200. That's what we want to hear. But what we're getting right now is, oh man, my $100 is turned into like 6 to 60. My $100,000 account is now $60,000. My $10,000 bag is now only worth $6,000. What happened to it? Just in that little bit from my high down here. It'd be more fun to have a $1,000 bag go up to 1,800 or 2,000. Still in a channel. Still in a channel. It's a bullish channel. 72 cents, 618 Fibonacci. Oh, we go in there. Let's hope that we can bounce there. It's a good place. Oh, look at the 4 hour, and we got Lucy in the middle there because, like we said, when we're dropping, Lucy's usually there. I like the 360 up there. I like the bigger moving averages. They're still going up and to the right. 360's getting a little tired going through the what do you call it, consolidation up here. 800 moving average. Let's hope it holds. It might. It needs to. I hope it does. Wick down to the 72 cent. Take a look at Link. Good old chain link. Binance would be a good place. Let's go Binance. Oh snap! Did you go lower? You're $19 again? Ooh, you're on Lucy line. You're on the Lucy line right now. She looks like she's got an 886 retracement. Almost. $18.97, right at $19. Be the next target. Are you losing this? She could get 886, or she might reclaim the 786. You know, it's kind of iffy with these in this situation, but especially if you got a trend line like this. So we got a trend line. I'm going to tighten up over here. And we could do that bear trapping or swing failure pattern, whatever. Bear trap is what I'm going to continue on it and get back into this and go on our merry way. That would be cool. The bigger picture of things, if you're looking, well, if you're really doing the bigger picture of the things, you're in an open and broadening channel, and we could come all the way back down to the downside, $13. That could happen. Not saying it's going to. What? And then when you're zooming out here, I guess we can get these guys off. These targets should still be good unless we make a lower low. So still got those targets. So we have a falling wedge pattern, if you want to look at that, or channel idea. Either way, broke out the upside. And look like we might be coming down to actually retest the dang line. That's a deep ass retracement. We already missed the breakout area at 22, or even catching here at that recent top there. So our only hope now is a Fibonacci, or the bottom of the trend line, or the 200 moving average. That would not make this a good falling wedgie to the upside, would it? So you imagine move for the falling wedge. It's just basic standard measure move. This is the ones that normally get hit and what you look for, and that takes us up to, oh, we had it up here at $30. It did not get hit, or at least not yet. Maybe it will. But if you were trying to do this idea, like, yeah, that's just, I just find that so amusing that you'll get this big measure move, but yet they'll come out, and then, you know, so wait a minute, 17%, yeah, nailed it, yeah. So I've come to just to think, oh man, okay, this guy's just happy if he gets a breakout in the direction, and that's success for him. Okay, I'll give that to him. But his targets suck. I'm sorry. I don't know why we keep going back to that. I use a particular YouTuber for my teaching method to show you the difference between what they do as pattern traders and what the Bukowski method, traditional method, does, and let you compare the results compared to, and what they're seeing, whether a pattern is valid or not compared to Bukowski's rules. I put that up there for the cup and handle today. 2 examples of some failed cup and handles. Let's look at that. You want to look at it? You want to look at some failed cup and handle patterns? And I don't know. I'll let you guys tell me. With some 333s or something in the chat if you want to see the cup and handle idea. Otherwise, we'll just move on to Ethereum. So we got Link maybe at night. What was our target? The target is $18.99, right at $19. To look for a possible bounce. It might not. It might want to go lower. And I hope it doesn't, but our next target would be somewhere around 1650. That would suck. But we don't know what they're going to do for the rest of the day or what they're going to do for tomorrow. So I guess is the biggest concern. Monday and Tuesday. After we get Monday and Tuesday out of the way, I think we were going to start seeing something more favorable. Let's cross our fingers that prediction comes true. So this is what we're looking at. And then you can also, after this, there's our channel item, right? And maybe won't come all the way down there. All right, so for Ethereum, oh man, I'm trying to see the chat on my tablet, but it keeps getting that damn. I'm gonna close that poll. Oh, well, I guess I can close it on my tablet. I don't have to close it actually. Duality Crypto gives us a 333, so we can get some more. Dominic says Filecoin could be well utilized as a cloud storage if they would do it. Yeah, I mean that's the reason. But you know, then you got to think about these things. I mean, here's just something to look at it when it comes to these cryptos, and just to kind of put it in perspective. But let's take a look at Filecoin for a minute. So we're talking about, let's say you were a startup here in the US or wherever you are, and you wanted to start a company, file storage, and you did that, brick and mortar, you know, you're setting up your warehouses or whatever. You know, you got to set up your, you know, like your AWS data center thing with your little hard drives, doing it the way that they do it with your Raspberry Pis or your computer, whatever, you know, you get your little mining system set up and all that on Filecoin. And so you can do the file storage thing, right? You get a big, so we taken all the miners into, you know, in facilities that are mining Filecoin and put them into one big brick and mortar building. What would be the valuation of that? Would it be $2.1 billion? Because that's like Amazon size. Are there, I mean, Amazon's got all the warehouses, all the trucks, all the real estate and everything that goes with it that is part of the ownership of Amazon. Filecoin is just a code. It's just a program running on somebody's PC and the hardware that they purchase for themselves. It's not attributing to that hardware value is not part of this value, this 2.1 million. This is all up here. It's all up here and what we assume to be valued. In my personal opinion, a lot of these things are very much overvalued. A lot of the altcoins are overvalued. They really are. But in the cycle with the hype, nobody cares because this number go up. But when you look at it realistically for what these things are, looking at them as companies, if they were, or the equivalent, blockchain equivalent of companies, I mean, there's what's their overhead and everything. I mean, there's what, $2.2 billion, and that's at $3. I mean, this thing goes to $50 again, like it did last time, and I mean, you're looking at like a $25-30 billion valuation, and that gets kind of crazy because Let's see. Let's look at some of the biggest companies we got. Now, some of them are in the trillions, but what are some of them are in the billions? Oh, no. Microsoft is in the trillions. You know, we got Bitcoin that's finally up here competing with these numbers here. It's taking Bitcoin forever to get up there. But man, how many pages can I flip through some pages here? Here's some with 10 billion. Okay, here's some with $10 billion market caps. And what are they going for? What are some of these guys? These are companies that Singapore Technology, I don't know, it doesn't matter what they are, but their market cap being up here this high, but they've actually got something going on. It just makes me think. I mean, it's software. It's software. It's a network. It's a network, which a network can be good, but to see this thing go up like 25 billion, and it's no wonder that they fall back down 90% in the bear market. I think your bear market prices are really your actual, probably closer to your actual worth for real. But that's crypto, and that's what we're in, and it can make its life-changing money when it goes in our favor and stops bleeding out on us so much. Filecoin, man. Maybe we should look at Filecoin too. So we're going to take a look at Ethereum, and then I'll probably take a look at Filecoin. She's dying. Now, Filecoin has also got, I think, ETFs, or it's got, I know there's a trust out for it with Grayscale Trust, or was. I think it's still there. And we're hoping, those ideas will help feed the demand, but are we seeing it? Guess we'll look at Coinbase here. Oh, ETH, you're down at 28. Oh my gosh. Are you headed down here to Lucy to 25? Why the hell am I holding you, ETH? Yep. Looks like she could come right down here to 2600 right there, or lower. Let's fib her out and see if we can get a fib. I'm gonna go from the very lows to the very highs. 786 comes right there. Well, gosh darn it, I guess we can. You suck. You suck, Ethereum. Oh my god. Pardon me, I've just got to do a little work here. Oh man, some of these guys are they're just doing horrible. So from where we are now, oh wow. So she might get a tiny bounce here just for this move, but it doesn't mean she won't roll over and hit that other target. So 2744 might be a little local bottom. And the old downward trajectory, I would expect her to come back up, retest that 618 Fibonacci, that trend line about 28.29, 28.92, the 28.90s right around 2900, and then we might roll over, might double bottom back here, or come down here. I've got some new targets right over here. Downward channel. It's on the radar. Sucks, ETH. Why do you have to suck so bad, Ethereum? Come on, Vitalik, do something. Besides sell. Don't sell. Well, I can't. Now I can't. Those little yellow lines suck. So maybe we can bounce here, but we couldn't come down to here. I'm actually seeing here. You lost the 618, so more than likely you will get that 786. Sucks, Ethereum. It sucks. Oh, that's nice too. We got 2751. All right. XRP is dumping. Ain't it though? All right, well, we hit our 231 target. Are we going for the 196? Don't go lower. Don't go lower. Oh, man. Can you go lower? She could. She could. $1.61. Oh, no. That'd be a 618 retracement there. Until today, I wasn't really looking for 618s. Now we are. So this did not hold there. Oh, you guys are shot. All these guys are shot. This guy is probably shot. So we're coming down to about the $2 area and possibly here. Carry this idea down, so we might find support. And I think that's what it's doing actually, is getting a retest. Are you getting a bounce from there? Yeah, she's getting a bounce from here right now. Looks like a V-shaped recovery bounce here on the 6-minute time frame. Probably can come up and roll over somewhere around 250. So there might be a short idea for the. I mean, the Ichimoku clouds is. Yeah, maybe I should start looking at shorts. Finding the too short. A lot of people say, I'm going to start shorting, but you're shorting at the bottoms. I mean, you got to wait for you to come up to an area and you see it rolling over, like a point of previous support is now resistance. Those are kind of the areas that you might look for opening. Start out small, because at any moment they can decide to flip the script on us and start rapidly taking these things up. So only when you see something rolling over, like rolling over here, coming back up and testing a trend line and rolling over, those are really your better places to try to work on that short. Not at support, not when the price has already dropped, because they'll come down. And when you think about, if you're kind of new to it or new to shorting, you're let's look at a good place to short. We're already dropping down. Probably keep going lower, but and then it starts bouncing back up. So I think she'll bounce up and then come lower. Let's see if we can get a measured move here. Go to a bigger time frame. Not gonna like it. Not gonna like it at all. So we got a measured move coming in here at 188. Well, that seems like a familiar number for you. That's where you drop down to over here. Oh my gosh. What a setup. what a potential setup. So here's something that might be happening. We were in a rising channel or a broadening pattern, whatever, but we had this bottom trend line breaking it. And if we do come down to these areas, can you see what possibly might be setting up now? Because a top pattern breaking a channel, you see these things form this way when you lose a trend line a lot, and they come down to these areas. If we do bounce from this 188 area somewhere through here, $2 area, and we start working our way back up, and then we could do the, you know, possibly be making, if we make a lower high, if we put in a lower high, so that's what we got to look at. So you would want to see this guy get back above a 618. You'd want to see it clear that and really clear it and not roll over there or even below there, 0.5 or anywhere through there. And it could be doing a head and shoulders pattern, and oh man, XRP might be on our way back down. I'm on the 12 hour. I start respecting my top bibs better. 618, 160, but also 110. Imagine that. We got support over here. There's really not much over here, is there? Looking to the left, I hear some areas. So 190, the 200, the $2 area. Hopefully that can hold. We're at 242 now. 172, and this area is 134. A deeper retracement would be the 786 at 110. I don't know that we'll get there. I hope we don't. It's not the greatest for us to continue up to good. But let's take a measured move for the possible. It's not there yet, but if it were, where would it supposedly take us? Or possibly take us down to? Even further. There is a multiple on this that would take us about halfway, about 130. So we might have to revisit these ideas, but that could be something that could set up that way, or it could just bounce and then just keep on going its little merry way, make higher highs and higher lows. But until she starts showing signs of it, there's no reason to get our panties in a wad about that idea, but it could happen. Kelly L, do you think alts and Bitcoin could be bouncing right now? I think they could be soon. I don't think we're going to get the clear signal until after tomorrow. I think a lot of people are waiting to see what the markets do Monday and Tuesday and how they react to everything that's going on in, you know, in the global markets in the world and the shakeups that we got going on over there. I think that's really what's driving a lot of the fear of the market right now, with Trump's tariffs and a bunch, you know, the other stuff going on too, normal and inflation and all the other stuff we got to worry about. But even my wife's, I mean, guys, tell me if you have this situation, but have you ever noticed, since you've been in crypto and everything, I just notice every time that my wife starts asking me for money, it's when the market is down. Never ask me. I mean, that's the biggest time that's like, we're going to need some more money. Whenever I hear that, it is always when we are on a down day, and she's not even keeping up with the markets, but it's just weird how stuff like that, patterns just repeat. It's just crazy how that works. Do you guys experience anything like that? Do you say, honey, we're going to need some money? Like, well, it sucks because we just lost about half of it. It's all gone. It's not as high as it used to be. You should have asked me a couple weeks ago, honey, when we were balling. Edgar Rojas says, have an inauguration, and now February will be another L. Yeah, February is usually a really good month, a decent month. I'm going to say really, really, really good, but it's usually a decent month. Usually about mid-February, that third week, somewhere through there, we might have a little sell-off. I mean, every month we usually get one really bad week, but February, but mostly there should be some nice pumps in February. just based on history and just based on what the bigger time frames are telling us. I mean, we're still bullish. It's just a short term right now. This weekend and what's going on this week is not a good one. All right. Do you think Bitcoin? So, do I think that they'll be bouncing now? I think it's too early to tell right now. But we're probably getting close. They got everybody scared, and then this is the time when people start looking at coming back in. I'm going to start looking at my deeper fib levels and just, I mean, we'll try to navigate as best we can. But no, I don't see the clear signal that we're ready to own in these yet. Some of these still got a little bit more to burn out. It looks like slow burn. It might be another slow burn for the next 24 hours on some of these. Joe says lots of people will be liquidated. Yeah, they are. They're getting liquidated left and right. You guys should have started shorting alts since mid-December 2024 when the other Stoch RSI weekly crossed. It's been dub since then. It could, yeah, there's lots of things that we could have and should have and might have done, but then again, you know, it also depends on what your overall plan is. Like, that doesn't work as well for me. I mean, at those times, you're going to have that conviction to do that, right? It's easier in retrospect to see what we should have and could have done. It just always is. But when it comes to actually executing in that moment, that's where it matters, and that's where the finessing and working on your trading skills and your habits and everything come into play. Your trading side comes into play. But I won't disagree that December was probably a good time for to do a lot of things. But we still in Bitcoin, we still made higher highs since then. So if you were shorting, what I'm saying, you know, some people probably could have taken a short, but you know, there would have been times when you say, "Oh crap, this short's not working against me. I'm getting out." Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. It's just, so it would work for some people. It's just not even on the table for other people to look at that. And like me, I don't like shorting in a bull market. But let's see, XRP in December, I mean, she's actually went sideways and then went up. So if you had been shorting here, I mean, you'd have to have, I mean, you see your shorting accounts, if you start shorting, if you got the top at 288 and it goes up to 335 and you're flagging out, looking like you're bullish, higher highs, higher lows, you're going to be looking at these. I will be looking at my shorts saying, I think I screwed up. It would only pay off to now. If I kept, see, so the diehard, a lot of the diehard shorters, I mean, they might do something like this. So they get into short and you hear them, I'm adding to my short, I'm adding to my short, I'm adding to my short, and they're riding it up until we finally fail and then get a short. I mean, you gotta have conviction to do that, and conviction in your shorting ability. And I'm not there in a bull market to see this flag out and show me positive signs and do that. It doesn't work for me, because I find myself I'm not going to keep adding to this damn short. But ironically, I do have a tendency to add the longs. So habits, mindset. But the people that can do it, yeah, they knock it out of the park. APF says, yeah, it isn't even good for all aughts, but yes, for most. I've been shorting Turbo since 0.014. Also, XRP, it's outside of others since it's in the top 10. It would be. But she's not outside of total 3. That's one reason why. One benefit of looking at total 2. I look at others and total 3. Others is getting smoshed. This is others. So this represents the crypto market cap excluding the top 10. Oh, she's bleeding. So the 200 is below the 360. I'm wondering how that's going to be. She's tried. I don't know if they're going to ever cross or not. Higher highs and higher lows, though, for crypto market cap, which is getting a steep ass pullback here. We're going to take this and put it down here at the new. I took the Fibonacci not from this impulse move, but from the very bottom to the very top. Right here, wick to top. And this is our 618 that hopefully we'll hold from. We had it from over here. And that one puts a 786 down here, which maybe. But there's a chance that the bigger move might actually hold us here. Let's hope so. Can you bounce from here for freak's sake? Can you find some support here? You're not showing me any sign on the 15-minute. You're ready to do that. Gosh darn it. You suck. You suck, altcoins. Why do you suck today? Stop sucking. Let's see. I think somebody else had I was going to go to do a coin and then I got sidetracked, which happens a lot. Or maybe I wasn't. I don't see it on there. Real Estate Machine says track. Origin Trail. 48 cents got down to 43. Oh my gosh. Back to where we were October. Oh man. Talk about giving it and taking it back. If we learn anything, it's to not trust altcoins to keep going up. It's to take profits when you can, because they are just not. They're just not doing it, are they? If you've been holding, if you're trading them, more trading and taking the profits, I think you've been doing pretty decent. But if you've been trying to hold them and, you know, for a midterm hold and wait for the bigger moves to make the big money, because that's where the big money comes in, and they've just been sucking, haven't they? You just made a, did you just make a, you didn't make a lower low, did you? Oh, that's close. If she's not double bottoming here, then sucker's in trouble.
Making me sweat when you walk in the room. My heart skips a beat.
So technically, we lost the trend line. We can go. Should we get back to 67? I'm here on the daily. Big pull, and I'm going from the very bottom to the very top. I'm not taking the impulse moves. I'm taking the whole move into consideration here. And we're at a 786, which could be a possible bottom here. We'll hope that it respects it for a third time. A little curvaceous here, a pump up, and we might get something similar to that. That would be cool. That was the wrong tool. Not saying it's going to do this, but hey man, it might do something kind of similar. You might get something a little shorter than this. Maybe a little smaller than this. You could see something like this happen. We could have some mirroring price action going on here. It's a pretty nice setup for it. Regardless, still the type of chop, it's a good example of the kind of chop that you could probably expect from bouncing down here. So just an idea. If we're bottoming here, it could look out something like this. Something that I affectionately call a dirty Sanchez. gotta keep your eye on them because they'll do something nasty if you don't keep your eye on them. Oh, Daddy Sanchez. He's got a big old sombrero. Let's see if we can get that other side there. That would be cool. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't mean seeing signs that she's ready to turn around yet here on the daily. Well, that would have to come from the smaller time frames like the 1 hour. There's our first little instance. Maybe it's just a green candle is all it is. Not above the 9-moving average. Doesn't help us a damn bit yet. We're going to get above those 9-moving averages on some decent time frames. 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. You can kind of see it stair step up on those time frames. It's a good way to track it. So, oh, okay, this move might have some steam. Not even in the ballpark just yet. Sucks. MG Motorsport says, hello, I've been super busy late today and just checked the charts for the first time. Oh my gosh, yeah. Bet you kind of wish you hadn't done it, huh? Kind of wish you had just slept through the day and, you know, maybe you sleep through tomorrow. Is this a good time to consolidate bags, take some smaller ones and put them into better buys? Some people do that, but I mean, I don't know how to answer that. In one way, you got to look at it because the value of all your bags are down, right? So you're selling them at a bottom, and then if you're rolling it over instantly into something else that's good that's at a low, maybe that could work. But I mean, there's some pros and cons to it. I mean, I've tried this experiment one time. Sometimes, you know, when other YouTubers do something crazy or something, I might try a little sample to test what they're doing. And I remember Rand came on when we were having a big ass dump, kind of like what we're having now. It was like, quickly, you must do this now. Just do this now. Sell the altcoins that you have no conviction of, the ones, the crap altcoins, the pieces of shit altcoins that you have, and buy the other altcoins that you want right now. Sell them now. Do it now. Do it right now. Do it right now. I'm doing it right now myself. Do it right now. And I thought, okay. All right, Mr. Rand, Mr. Multi-million-dollar investor. Seem to know something. Let's see. And it didn't work out that good. It was a pretty shitty decision in retrospect. For real. Just saying, it really was. So that's my opinion on it. I'm like, I tried it and I did not get good results. So I don't use it. I don't do that strategy. But you know, your mileage may vary. That was my very few experiences trying to do that. So maybe it could work, maybe not. I thought it was kind of a dumb move. I thought, I just gave away any unrealized gains. You're kind of just axing off your unrealized gains when you do that. You're saying, well, screw those unrealized gains. We'll just take the L and try to, you know. But if you get in something that takes off like XCN did, or what was some of the other coins that took off? Some of the ones I was not in. There's been some other ones that just shot up and did a 10x. If you get that lucky, then of course it was worth it. But more than likely, you're going to sell off and put in another one that's just going to pitter patter around too. And then what if it starts dropping? Oh crap! So I'm not a big fan of those just quickly decided impulse type of strategies, because that's what it is. It's impulsive, and that's what it was with quick. You must do it. Hurry now, without thinking through. Well, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. How's this? So, I don't think an influencer or a YouTuber should ever come out and do that. That was kind of that was kind of uncool, really, to do that. Yeah, I haven't seen him do it again, so maybe he kind of figured that out, but you should never tell anybody and make anybody feel like they need to do that, because it's emotion. You shouldn't get your audience's emotions all tied up into something like that. I think that's bad taste or bad form. Not dissing on Rand. I like Rand. He's all right. He's good. You know, he's got his talents. But you know, a lot of this market is very emotional, and I don't think we should make any decisions with our emotions. That's what I've come to learn. It seems like every emotional decision I've ever made, especially in crypto involving money, was using the wrong one. So I've just got as a general rule, like to try not to do these emotional, just try not to make emotional decisions. And I'm a Philly type of guy too. Definitely feel the sentiment of today's market. Today's just depressing. I mean, it's like this is a sucky day. I just like, I just don't. And it's crazy when you think about how your emotions are tied to your portfolio, or your account balance, your net worth, and stuff like that. Because when it's dropping, I'm like, I don't feel good about stuff today. I feel it sucks. It's a down day. But man, when those markets are pumping, we're all right. Yeah. Genius. Yeah. Just wait till it goes higher, man. Then see. Yeah. Woo! I think I'm going to just throw some more in now. So when it does go higher, I've got more. And then we end up here. Like, today sucks, man. Today's like, I don't even want to get out of bed, man. I just want to sit around and watch soap operas or something, dude. I don't know. Let's watch Andy Griffith all day. But no, I'm going to sit here and watch this 1 minute chart so I can feel every bit of the pain. I'm going to watch this 1 minute chart so I can feel oh, you down again, Bitcoin? For real? And it's just a slow freaking burn. Lower lows, lower highs, losing levels, going down more. 93,000, 514. Next stop. And every little bit of hope you're getting that, maybe we're bouncing here. Nope. This has got to be it. We got to bounce here. Nope. Just a big ass, scared ass sell off. Like the market is over. It's all over. We're just going to bleed out. And this does not help altcoins whatsoever. Total 3, how are you doing? Sucky sucks. Were we hoping that this would hold and kind of come up here for a retest? Well, that didn't happen. You suck, road dog. That's not going to happen. Could it happen here? I'm not even going to draw it at this point. I think, oh my God, even road dog, you're going to draw straight down. Just come on, crash this off. Come on, just go for it. Make us not want to be in crypto anymore. That's what you need to do. Just make everybody say, screw this. I'm trading stocks. I'm going to go buy Tesla. Screw this stuff. Screw you, Floki Meeker Mama's sucky cousin Xenu coin. I'm going to buy Tesla and MicroStrategies, which is probably on the cheap. I guess it is on the cheap now, isn't it? Hard for me to see this little window of opportunity where our altcoins are just going to go to the moon, come to manifest, but I'm still sticking with it. Well, that's my call. That's my call, and I'm feeling like a stupid idiot, but I got it. Man, that Ichimoku cloud looks horrible. 4 hour. Here we are on market side. Now, do look at this, though. I mean, this is horrible. This is like big, thick. How often do you see that happen? Right here, December of last year, we had one like that. That was that big old dump down to 852 for total. We're on total 3, by the way. That's when we had our December dump there right before Christmas. You remember the Christmas holiday? And now we're doing it again. So will it be over soon? It could be. It could be. We are, I believe, at our lowest levels on the momentum wave. We haven't been this low since August in 2024. So, and this doesn't it feel a lot like the August dump? To me, it does. It reminds me of it's the same kind of feelings I had there almost, except for this one felt, when it started getting down here, when things really started dumping there at the very end, it just felt hopeless. It felt fucking hopeless. But we're near we're near the same levels on the momentum wave that we were for this dump. So we should be, they should be getting tired out pretty soon, for real. They should be. This one took, we got what, 3-4 hour candles down here hanging around these bottom areas. And it just felt like it was going to keep dropping. It felt like it was going to keep dropping, like it wasn't going to stay, like it wasn't going to stick. And here we are. Let's get back over here. And we just got one at a lowest now. So if we do find support, say down here, hopefully we will. So 800 moving average on this particular time frame since we lost Lucy. It may, you know, we may see another 2 candles, another 8 hours, and that kind of makes sense. That would take us into about noon tomorrow, and by then we should have a sense of what the legacy market's going to do and turn around. So that makes perfect sense that we might repeat something like that. There's a lower target, but right here 841 for total 3. I would like to see that hold, and maybe your altcoins will stop the slow bleeding out that they got going on right now. I gotta get my freaking stethoscope out and start. Are you alive? Move. This one's a goner. This one's a goner. Starting to feel that way. Look, there's this bag that was worth $1,500 is now worth $1,050. What a bargain. Maybe I should double up, put $10 in it now, and then when it goes back up, I can have 6,000. But talkie. Crazy market. You gotta warm it, bro. Just laugh through my bong and blue water everywhere. You crack me up. What'd I do? Sucky. Trimby, how's it going, my man? Didn't know where you did you look at no, we haven't looked at Doge. We haven't looked at a whole lot of coins because they're all dying. We saw it on the bubbles. I saw the price of it. Oh, she dropped down more. Oh my gosh. So we were hoping that it bounced to 28. I saw it at 26 and now you're at 24. Doge, come on, babe. What's up? Oh my god, this is crazy sell-off. Or it feels totally crazy, doesn't it? I'm trying to look at the volume down here, but I've got these little things. PMI. ISM PMI, so PMI comes out this week. That'll be great. What's that, the 3rd? Market makers having fun with that. Unemployment rate comes out on the 7th. I don't know if that's gonna any reason they've got to try to tank us. They'd like to do it seems like. Doge price prediction for February 2nd. Is Doge mirroring Pepe? A drop to 20 cents could be imminent for Doge. 208 million Dogecoin stuns U.S. exchange Coinbase. What? What's this? According to Well Alert, there were two tranches of Dogecoin worth $32 million each. Both were sent from unknown wallets directly to Coinbase, the U.S. major crypto exchange. What catches the eye is that both are the identical amount. The whale games commence, man. I felt like they were going to play games with us. I expected them to play games with us, but I didn't know they were going to go this dirty and this hard. I mean, they did us dirty. This is our total 3 chart that we've been watching for a long time. Respecting this trend line, and it's over. Some bitch is over. What happened there? Something happened there. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was taking a measured move, and then all of a sudden we were in a totally different dimension, and I hate it when that happens. Oh, Okay, well, you come right down to that line, to the 3618. Oh my gosh. That's where our little, yeah, this is what I was trying to show you a few minutes ago with that triple top situation. Yeah, that's the one that I did not respect right there. And that's exactly what she looks like. It's the same thing as we just seen it on something else too. And it was at a 3618. Another thing that I didn't pay enough attention to, that 3618 telling you that's a top Fibonacci, baby. You're not going to get, you should not go any higher than this. But we'll just sell a little bit. We'll ride this through. We'll ride it out. And then that's when altcoins did all their August and all summer stuff and came all the way down. So I've got lots of respect for this triple top pattern, the one that looks like a little, I don't know. It's not a head and shoulders. It does not have they do not have necklines, and the shoulders are usually higher than the heads. Usually. It's like a Batman a lot of times. It looks like Batman sometimes. Those are deadly. Them suckers, they got bigger measure moves for one thing. But look what we're doing right here. Yeah, see that? Could be. It could be one. But anyway, now we're coming back down to retest that area. They're giving it all back. They're giving it all back. The 3618 that we had marked over there from the last one. That's crazy. I'm not saying it looks like we could be on party. We could be. If they keep driving us down, we might find support there. But man, what about the measured move for this thing? We don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. If that were to play out, you don't want to talk about it. That could be. It does not help my next thesis for altcoins being the bee's knees in the next 2 weeks to come true, because it would say we come down the hill, all the way back down here to make that. Remember that head and shoulders thing that we were looking at on Total 3 a minute ago? Yeah. Odds are not. They look scary. They look scary, but I don't know that today would be the day to make your decisions on what to do. It would probably end up being the wrong day to make your choices, because you'd be doing it out of fear, doing it out of emotion, and that's usually where people get screwed up in crypto, when they make decisions out of emotion. So I wouldn't. I do what you need to do what you want to do. Just know that if your emotions are involved, it's probably not going to be the best one to go with. Just what I've found. So trying to sell out real quick, and then maybe I'll just sell out now and then try to, I mean, you can try it and you might have some luck with it, but you might find yourself selling at that perfect time, and then it just takes all off. I don't know anything. Okay, well, here was what I would say. What I've found, if you feel compelled that you've got to take some kind of action. Did we just lose our chart? Because can we copy this one? I lost my main chart. No, I don't need that. I don't need to do that. Yeah. So if you feel the need to take some kind of action, what I would recommend, the rules I've kind of placed for myself, and so I'm going to sell out of this and go into this or something like that. Well, you could maybe do something in percentages, like either 10%, 25%, maybe half. So if I'm faced with where I've got to do a decision, or I feel compelled to do a decision, this is the rule of thumb that I do that I find it keeps me from getting totally, making too bad of a choice. I'll take a percentage. Like last night, we got to a certain level on altcoins, and I could see that they're going to jump. And this was after the show, and we're talking about capitulation or not capitulation or what are there. But I saw I'm going to have to do something if we're going to drop to those levels. I have to do something. So off the board, I just sold off 10% on all my spot margin positions, so that I can have that capital ready to keep my risk levels safe. So I had to do that at the wee morning hours when things just started looking like they were going to give it up. But I was, I could have sold out all, and then some people might do that, but I find just trying to find a percentage might help you. And then, if it starts going in the way that you think it's going to go, maybe you can increase that or something. But just making a choice and I'm just going to sell out all or right here, or sometimes even half might be too much. I would say if you do anything, if you're going to make any changes, I would recommend that maybe you do it slowly and incrementally, and not do anything rash. Because that will have a tendency to bite you in the ass, especially in this market where money's concerned, I think. Just my opinion, not financial advice, but just what I found that helps me. Pre-market is selling off hard. Oh gosh, the bleed on peak keeps going. Is it? Is she below 30 cents yet? At 26 cents. I guess we're headed down here to this little guy at 27. I was hoping that one would hold. I guess we'll move it down. Well, we'll just get rid of them altogether. Really hoping that we're getting 886 retracements, the deep ass retracements, and let's hope they hold. If they don't, you don't have too many choices to go with a fib strategy. You go back to the zero line, or you start getting into the negative, the 113s and 127s, depending on a lot of it, depending on where. Well, that's some basic rules there. Respecting that trend line though, that's cool. This was the OM topper top. Yeah, I know we put that out there and like, oh, that probably won't happen, right? Probably won't happen, right? Let's take the measure move from the wick there and put it there. Where do you say? Oh, I probably don't want to say that. 18 cents. That would suck. Let's do her proper. We got an M pattern, which you treat just like you would a channel, for real. Any of these things, the M pattern. We'll take the measure move from the wicks width of the channel and see how that plays out. Pretty much right where we are. We'll keep that idea. And it takes us just right at this 886 Fibonacci. 25 cents. What's so wild? MACD looks like she's just getting started, like she can roll over again. Man, it's just a rough day out there. Guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 22 minutes. 26 of you guys hanging out here. I appreciate it. I should probably go manage my account there. Do you think it's because all the tariffs, people front running? I think that's got everybody shooken up. It's got my wife all shooken up, and I know the people with Trump derangement syndrome are really freaking out, and they may be freaking out a little bit too much. But then again, I mean, they're onto something. There can be more of a transition. I mean, the tariffs go into effect. I think they went into effect today for Canada and Mexico. Now, maybe he'll change them and lighten them up or something like that. Maybe, but the transition of this is going to, it's going to have a lot of people on edge. And I don't know what it's going to do to the markets. Apparently, it's scaring the hell out of a lot of people. And we got to feel it first on crypto because we're weekend and they haven't opened until Monday. So it's starting to look like there might be a big possible market sell-off tomorrow. If we're seeing it here in crypto first, it makes sense they might have it over there, and I don't know what that'll do for crypto after that. I mean, I don't know. Brackish, are you still here, man? We need to go check out our WD Gann analyst and see if he's made any kind of updates. Maybe he was off a week. But I mean, when you see this stuff happens and everything, you're thinking, man, maybe 77,000 for Bitcoin could happen. I'm not trying to put this idea out there. I'm not trying to put that out there, but I don't see it just yet, but that has been on the table. We've talked about it. It has been on the table, but it doesn't jive with our current market, our current cycle, and everything. We got to do this. We got to keep doing this, especially on days like today. Is go back to where we were 4 years ago, And I'm going to take it to the daily so we can get into some nitty gritty. Some of the stuff just it doesn't want to show up on the weekly. And as soon as my computer does this, hey. Four years ago, 4 score. This was January. Now we're not matching up day for day, and as a matter of fact, I think we were we running behind or front? The time, how these things are playing out, there's a little skew on time, but it's not too far off. Okay, it's not too far off. So it's not supposed to go exactly, but this is similar to what we had last time. This was January. We ran up 42,000 on Bitcoin, and then she dumped, came back, dumped again, came back, dumped again, and then toward the end of January and into February 1st, February 2nd. Look, even here, February or January 31st and February 1st, they weren't pretty days. We ran up and then we dumped, but we did make a higher low, at least on Bitcoin. And then afterward, we started coming up, and it was on a Tuesday. So it was Sunday and Monday when they were dumping the hell out of us at the end of January. And so this is our Sunday and Monday at the end of January, 1st of February. We're starting. The time is, I mean, the time, we're not going to match up day for day and do the same things on day for day, but in the general time scale of things, we've experienced this, right? Dump, dump, dump. Oh my gosh. And then today, of course, we're getting a bigger dump on everything. It didn't show it here, but it did over here, right? So might we have another week or so? In other words, are we here on this cycle? Are we currently at the January 22nd area, or here? I guess this was a lower one. You know, so we could see this type of projection now of Bitcoin before we start getting into this. Well, this. And then this was February 2021, 4 years ago. We peaked out on the 21st, and then after that, it was the big dump. I think this was F2 pool. This was a pretty big, substantial dump. It came down like 30%, or was it 26%? Slow burn down, kind of like what we feel like today, except for it didn't stop for a week. But then we gradually caught back up, and then we went up for a newer high, and then that's when we started getting into our tops. That distribution that didn't go any higher. It didn't go any higher. Chief and Keith says, y'all think the stock market dropping will bring liquidity back to crypto? I don't, not in particular. Once they start selling, they could notice the great deals on crypto side. Most of them over there aren't looking at crypto. It's only the crypto people that are playing the stocks that you'd be concerned about for that. So it would be us that are the people that are playing both sides, and you know, there's fewer of those. I mean, they're starting to grow. Now the ETFs and things like that, maybe there might be some good deals on some of that, if that's what you're talking about. Their access is, I kind of think that everybody's just going to go to safe haven, probably go to the dollar. That's why the dollar's rising. That's the main reason that the dollar would be rising, is everybody's thinking, I can't trust the assets that I'm in, I need to trust the dollar. Let's go check out our poll again and let's see how far your portfolio of altcoins down in the last 30 days. 15%, 10 to 20% down. 22% are saying 20 to 30% down. 24% are saying 30 to 40. Still, the majority are saying 50% down or more. Bracket says, I also heard February 18th, the big market move is coming. That would fit in line with what we were just looking like on the charts there. I think it was the 21st when the last time that it dropped down. And in February, yeah, you can. Well, I think about it this way. What's coming after February? You got March and April. What happens in January and the 1st of February? You start getting the 1080 to what are the 1048. What is that? Shoot, I forgot. You start getting your income tax forms and all that stuff. And then, okay, well, if you owe taxes, they start selling off their stocks and they start selling off their crypto. We start seeing that happen in February and then in March. And even though those are good months, we see drops from that, and we get those kind of like in December and October, we're supposed to have a good month and we're all excited about it. But then there's that period like, what the hell is going on? It's supposed to be going up and we got 2 weeks where we're dropping. What the hell? We get those going on. We'll see that we'll probably see some variation of that on every month that we're going through. But especially in March and in February, it's like, sell while we're ups, pay that tax bill. So that's one of my takes on that. I'm shorting, but exiting all shorts as soon as my trend line breaks. We gotta play it careful if you're trying to play a market right now. Bracket division, not even playing. I did that poll 45 minutes. I need to change my answer again. Oh no. Bugpick says, basically we all broke again. It feels that way when your portfolio goes down. It does. Bitcoin below 95. Holy crap. I don't have anything ready for you there, do I? Jeez. Oh man, now my portfolio, I can't. It makes me sick to my stomach to look at this. It really does. 93,855. $93,855 right now. Wasn't that one of our targets for Bitcoin? If so, I just caught that little sucker. 93.5. Oh, we're still not there yet. Oh, no. Well, I guess I bought too soon. I'm trying to average in on a little bit on my spot margin position, but I am not enjoying this at all. My portfolio is now down 50%, mostly due to the altcoins. All right, guys, I've got to get off here. I apparently got to go take care of some things on my portfolio and see what's going on there. Make sure everything's cool. Probably recommend you guys do the same. Safeguard. I don't know how far they're going to take us down. This is really about the lowest of the areas that I had seriously considered in the past that we might come down to. And our next choice would be the 886 retracement, which is right down here. Bitcoin at the bottom of this trend line. It's not really matching up on this time frame, but it was on another one. And you're looking right at 91,592 is what the actual line says. You just don't normally see the straight drops like that. Last time that we had a day like this, it was back in August, and it feels just like that. It sucks. It sucks. Feels like summer all over. They're just flushing us out. But that's what it was. It was a flush out. And then what happened after? We started recovering. So if anything, I mean, keep our eyes for a V-shaped recovery. That's where it drops down and then it starts quickly coming back up. Man, that's the best thing to hope for right now. Guys, I'm sorry that you guys have to go through this and then we all have to go through this, but it is part of the game. But at some point it will be over, it will pass, and we will find ourselves back above $100,000 for Bitcoin, heading toward 110,000. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen now. But this, you know, we can look at this and be sad, but there's also people sitting there looking at it and saying, man, I've been waiting for, and I have been waiting for a chance to get it, but it's just so scary when it happens. It's so scary when it happens. You're waiting, man, it goes down, I'm going to be buying, and I am, and I'm trying to buy, but it's not fun. But at the time, we're like, yeah, I hope it does come down. I want to buy me some. But you remember, oh, I forgot to do this on the thinking about that, or I probably should have took better care of the altcoins if that was really going to happen. Well, you know, in hindsight, we got all this stuff going on. It's the ride's not fun when we're dropping. It's just never fun. And by golly, you just keep wanting to drop. Look at you. All this bullish divergence ain't catching or nothing here on the smaller time frames. On the smaller time frames here. Just a bloody Sunday. Bloody Sunday, but it can't go down forever. Now we got some arbitrage going on here. What's up? Between the CME futures, they've got it at 95.1, and other Bitcoin we got it at 93,400 right now. Ichimoku Cloud just does not look good. How about that? Interesting. Coming back to the 2-hour chart and see that we're testing the 800 moving average here on the CME. Let me go to another one. This not CME. We don't have you there. That's kind of weird how that works. That's weird how that works. Why? I guess the weekend price action, well, makes a difference on how the moving averages play on the CME futures. That's kind of interesting. But even on the CME futures, I'm on the 1 minute chart. You ain't got no signs of it wanting to be above a 9 moving average, trying to do anything positive or anything. Still got some bullish divergence, but it hasn't picked up yet. Golly, 92.8 on some of these exchanges. Oh, geez. Guys, I got to get off here and take care of my accounts. I suggest that you do the same. I'll see you tonight after the bloodbath. Good night, everybody.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Sure you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big head, come and play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big head, come and play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Now show how freaky you are.
So I'm just gonna be away for 1 hour. Please don't break anything. And I might have a surprise for you.
Give me a miracle. Added a syllable. Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash. Thought to be critical. Show me your mental state before we get physical. Pour some water in your cup, let it drip, drip, drip. Now look straight into my eyes and you sip, sip, sip. It's about time that you shine. Take off that leash so that we can have some fun.